Oro Preto is a 17th century colonial city that seems to be frozen in time and surrounded by the mountains and mines. It presents, through its cobblestone streets, a large part of the history, not only of Minas Gerais, but also of the whole country. The Baroque style is throughout the city, revealing works of art in houses, facades, monuments, and mainly at churches and museums. Fittingly, the region is also home to one of Brazil's most beautiful gemstones, imperial topaz. Imperial topaz happens to be one of the most valuable gemstones because of its beauty and its rarity. The topaz called imperial has its origins in Russia, where the first mines were found and depleted in the time of the Tsars. Hence, this incredible stone was granted a nobility fit for emperors. The Kapau mine has been in operation for 32 years, with pits opened and then covered over as they're mined out. As with the Belmont mine, Kapau is very environmentally responsible. A bulldozer at the bottom of the pit pushes loose soil to one of the two dragline scrapers. Huge metal scoops that are hauled by a mechanized pulley system to the top of the pit. There, the dirt is washed away using high-power water jets. And then a jig sorts the remaining rocks by size and feeds the smaller pieces onto a sorting belt where the hand sorting takes place.
Hi, we're in Brazil at Capão, the only imperial topaz mine in the world. Behind me is the sorting table where they are separating the imperial topaz from the other rocks.
At Kapau, they wash about 400 tons of dirt a day, or 8,000 tons a month, which yields about 30 kilograms of topaz. The problem is that imperial topaz tends to be very included. You need to look down the crystal lengthwise to see if there's any facetable material at the core. The yield of facet-grade material is only about 2% of the rough production, and not all of that is good color. Imperial topaz is the definition of rarity. Since Kapau is the only commercially viable mine producing these gemstones, if you can find an imperial topaz, it most likely came from Kapau. On to Governor Valadares, the area of the richest pegmatite deposit in the world. The landscape changes as you leave the lush forests of Oro Preto and Itabira for the more remote Governor Valadares. The landscape gets harsher and the living gets harder too. Ironically, this rich gem-producing area is one of the poorest in Brazil. Leaving the city of Governor Valadares behind, we head into the countryside on our way to the village of Galileia to visit the Navigator and the Itatiaia mines. The road, well, it's more of a trail to the mine, heads right into, then up the side of the mountain. The view is amazing. The primary product of the Navigator mine is feldspar, but pockets of tourmaline and aquamarine are buried in the other minerals. The Navigator mine holds deposits of feldspar, biotite, garnets, and tourmalines. The mine consists of large inclined shafts down to massive chambers with stone pillars holding the roof of the chambers. Heavy equipment and blasting is used to move the bulk of the rock. Once a pocket of garnets and tourmaline is found, great care is taken opening the pocket by hand. In the afternoon, we visit the Itatiaia mine. In a location almost as remote as the Navigator mine, the Itatiaia mine requires a long hike along a walking trail. No heavy equipment is used in the Itatiaia mine. The way in is a long, narrow adit, which is a tunnel with only one end opening to the outside that is supported with timber sets and partially filled with water. At the end of the adit, drifts, nearly horizontal mine passageways open up and follow the mineral deposits in hope of finding gemstone pockets. With a diverse variety of minerals, the main extraction of the Itatiaia mine happens to be blue and green tourmaline, and all the colors of the species beryl, including the varieties of aquamarine and emerald. However, columbite, quartz, feldspar, and mica are also produced in this prolific and amazing mine. Now back to Governor Valadares, to the Cutting and Buying Center. We start with a cutting factory tour. The first stage is inspection of the rough crystal. Then the stone is sawed to the proper shape. In most gem sawing, a thin circular blade literally scratches its way through a gemstone. The blade, usually composed of steel, copper, or a bronze alloy, is impregnated along the outer edge with diamond grit and rotating at several thousand surface feet per minute. A liquid such as oil or water is used to wash away cutting debris and keep the stone and the saw blade from overheating. After a gemstone is sawed and ground to the desired shape and sanded to remove rough marks left by coarser grits, it is usually polished to a mirror-like finish to aid light reflection from the surface of the stone. Very fine grades of diamond can be used to polish a wide variety of materials, but other polishing agents work well in many instances. Different stones are often very inconsistent in their ease of polishing, particularly in the case of faceted stones. So gem cutters are often very inventive in trying new combinations of polishing agents and polishing surfaces. Polishing removes small quantities of stone and can be used, especially when faceting small stones, to do ultra-fine shaping of the stone. A skilled gemstone cutter is both an artist and sculptor. The polished gemstone is the combination of the artistry of nature and that of the skilled gemstone cutter. But now is the time we have been waiting for. We have an amazing opportunity to select gemstones right off the polishing wheel. We are in the buying rooms of the Sabag Group. With over 45 years of experience in the colored gemstone world market, the Sabag Group is a second-generation mining, cutting, and gemstone dealing tradition that has been passed along with family dedication and commitment to the business. A jeweler would normally buy a colored gemstone from a wholesaler who bought it from an importer who purchased it from here. You can see the automatic price advantage in buying directly from the Sabag Group. But with price aside, the selection is unbelievable. With so many variables in colored gemstones, different hues of color, clarity, and shapes, some stones just look better, a lot better. These are the best of the best, 1 in 100, or even 1 in 1,000, where everything has just come together to make a premier gemstone.
I knew the quality and selection of gemstones in Brazil would be amazing, but this has truly exceeded my greatest expectations.
This is our chance to handpick the best before any other buyer has a shot. The Brazilian gemstone mine tours are the experience of a lifetime. The knowledge and appreciation of the gemstone trade and everything that goes into the production of a gemstone is something that will stay with us. The beautiful Brazilian gemstone inventory we acquire and will maintain is an asset that sets us apart. The relationships with the miners, cutters, and dealers give us a clear advantage that we would never have without traveling directly to the source.
Going into 6 different mines and working side by side with the miners and the cutters has given me an incredible opportunity to bring you a selection of gemstones you can only get at Amber's Designs.